something like this.
This is just the beginning. Are you kidding? We have to live the rest of our lives without Sandra. She's in jail. She can still see her little girl grow up. We don't. We don't get to see that.
So does the arrest bring any relief?
It brings relief, a little, a little bit, that we know that somebody is going to pay for this. But I mean, they're still highly stressful and it's still highly emotional.
She looked good, actually. She looked very, very good. She's not getting much sleep, but in spite of all that, she looks good. She was concerned about how her daughter was, and so we just kind of let her know that everything was okay and that we're taking care of all the logistics in her life.
We are taking your calls live. Little 8-year-old Sandra Cantu goes missing after literally skipping along the sidewalk in happiness. A 28-year-old female Sunday school teacher charged in her sex assault and murder. No, not some common thug off the street, not a child sex predator that lives within a 5-mile radius. Her own Sunday school teacher. We are taking your calls live. Huckabee in court today, even though she's under suicide watch, apparently not too upset, not too remorseful to ask for a free lawyer. That's right. Send the bill to us, the taxpayer. We'll pay for it. How to Mark Clark.
Oh, jeez. I have to count to 10.
Foundation, weigh in, Mark.
Well, first of all, she is a sexual predator, Nancy. You don't rape and murder a little girl without hanging that definition over yourself.
Right.
The difference, obviously, is that she's a female sexual predator, which is something we don't see nearly as often as we do males. And in fact, Nancy, in these kinds of cases, 70% of the perpetrators are white. 96% of the perpetrators are male. And 42% of the perpetrators are either a friend or acquaintance of the child and the family.
Joining me right now from Washington, D.C. is criminal profiler and author of Killing for Sport, Pat Brown. Pat, what's your analysis?
Well, we do have a very strange situation, Nancy. She's an anomaly. Women do kill their children, but they usually kill their own children, little babies. They have Munchausen syndrome by proxy and enjoy the attention they get. And sometimes they help men in sexual homicide by helping them grab women off the street and torture them. But we rarely see a woman, a psychopath, a sexual predator, female, who goes and gets a child for her very own self and commits a violent crime on her. That's very, very unusual.
Pat Brown, what do you make of her changing her stories the way she did?
Well, she's showing her psychopathic traits. Psychopaths tend to do that. When they come up with their first story, and when it doesn't work, they quickly switch to the next one. This is a practice they've done all their lives, and it's worked quite well. Apparently her family doesn't seem to think she lies a lot, so she must be getting away with it. But yet, when she talked to the journalist, that reporter said she lied over and over and over again. So what we're seeing is a very psychopathic nature. And I'll guarantee you this, Nancy, I don't think she's going to be committing suicide anytime soon. I very rarely see a psychopath actually go that direction.
To Lauren Howard, psychotherapist joining us out of New York, she cried in court, but not for the child, because she's telling her family, I'm innocent. So those tears have to be on her own account.
Well, they could very well be on her. She finds herself in a situation that certainly, and which dispels this insanity, psychopathic sort of bent. Because yeah, she finds herself in a situation that's certainly upsetting. Who is she upset for? Is she upset for Sandra? Probably not. No, she's upset for herself, for the embarrassment, for what's occurred. We would assume that this was not an act that occurred with complete, full control and power, personal power. However, she finds herself in a situation where she is not so much upset she's caught, she's upset that she has done this.
We are taking your calls live to Debbie in Virginia. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Nancy.
What's your question, dear?
I was wondering, had anybody talked to her daughter, this is the first question, and whether she had been molested or raped herself? And the second part was, 4 men carry that child in that suitcase out of that irrigation ditch, how would she get that out there by herself?
Out to Blake Taylor with KMJ 580 News Radio. Blake Taylor, I assume that the child has been questioned, and what can you tell me about that suitcase?
Well, let's start with the suitcase. That is, of course, the point of contention. That's where the police have identified Ms. Huckabee as having a glitch in her story. The first story that she told the reporter from the Tracy newspaper, and then the story that she told them just didn't fit right. That's where they have the probable cause to make the arrest. As for putting the body inside of it, you got to remember Sandra Cantu, at 8 years old, was only checking in at 45, possibly 50 pounds. That's it. And a 28-year-old physically fit woman, as we can see Ms. Huckabee clearly is, that shouldn't be much of a problem for her to move around.
Let's Unleash the Lawyer is joining us tonight. Robin Sachs, prosecutor and author of Predators and Child Molesters, What Every Parent Needs to Know to Keep Kids Safe. Out of Atlanta, veteran defense attorney Raymond Giudice and Hugo Rodriguez, defense attorney out of Miami. Ray Giudice, what's your best strategy for her? The state's already talking aggravating circumstances.
Absolutely. This could be a death penalty case, and I'm working right now on a mental health defense. We have a judge in January of this year who sentenced this lady to a mental health treatment diagnosis program. Somebody found the problem because they've medicated her. It may not be enough now, but it's something for me to start working with.
Any idea what that medication is, Ray Giudice?
I don't know.
For all I know, it's for ADD, attention deficit disorder. That hardly equals insanity.
Listen,
good try.
It could
good
cut
try.
both ways. She may have been given a clean bill of health, and this could
You're
be
right.
a blood pressure medication. But you asked me what my best strategy is right
Agreed.
now. That's it.
Hugo?
I have to agree. She's been diagnosed before. She has psychiatric issues. A court has recognized that she's medicated. She was under therapy. She has mental instability. That's the hallmark of the defense.
Okay, there must be an echo. Robin Sachs?
Hi there. And actually, I do think that would be the best strategy for the defense, but I agree with Mark Haas when he talks about Huckabee being the classic pedophile, which then negates some of the psychological defenses. That being that here you have a Sunday school person in a position of trust who very well could have used that position of trust to specifically calculate a sexual assault and therefore a murder.
We are taking your calls live, but very quickly to tonight's case alert. The search for a missing 2-year-old California boy in extreme danger. Thomas Bessis Dunston reported kidnapped by his father, involved in a bitter custody dispute. Thomas missing since April 4. Kidnapped by force from his Pacific Palisades school. Since then, his dad has been in contact with police, refusing to return the little boy. Police on the lookout for a gray 2009 Kia Sorento California tags. If you have info, please call West LA Police 310-444-1533.